Hello, hello, hello. We are back with another episode tonight of Black Fatherhood Conversations. I am your host, Mike Owens. I am glad to be with you guys tonight. And you know what? We have a great show in store for you. So we're going to get on with our salutations and greetings first, and then we're going to get started with this week's episode. To the top above me right now, man. This is my brother. Let's give it up for Meech, man. Let's cheer it up for him tonight, man.
What's up? What's up? What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Can you hear those sound effects? I keep asking that.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
I can't.
All right, you couldn't hear him, but it's all good. How you feeling? You
It's all
all
good.
right, bro?
Man, I'm good, man. If the good Lord said the same and wake me up tomorrow, it'll be my 31st birthday. So I'm good, man.
Happy birthday.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
appreciate it, guys.
Happy birthday to
Happy
you. bro.
birthday.
Happy
Well,
birthday.
Appreciate it.
Yes, yes. And then to the right of him, man, he wasn't on our show last week, but he is a staple of our show, man. Let's give it up for my brother, Mr. Anthony Robinson. How you doing tonight, bro? You doing all right?
Doing good. I'm doing really good, man. I'm feeling well.
That's good. And then to the bottom of him, you already know who it is, man. This is my cousin. This is my fam, man. Let's give it up for cousin George.
What up, fellas? What's happening?
What's happening?
You doing all right tonight, cuz?
Wait a minute, say it again.
Doing all right?
I can't complain, man. Feeling pretty good.
All right, man. So before we get the show started, I wanted to tell you guys we do have ways that you can support this podcast tonight, and I wanted to put them out there because this is something that's very important to me. Is getting this stuff out so we can actually build this show. We want to get Black Fatherhood Conversations to everybody possible, and we can't do that without funds. I'm just gonna be honest with you. We have to promote the show. We have to get the show out there, and things cost money. Everything costs money these days. So if you feel led to support the show, please support the show. I'm going to put it out there and show it on the screen. This is how you can support the show through Buzzsprout. You can follow my page there, and you can be a subscriber. You'll get all access to all our shows, all our audio shows. That's Buzzsprout is through audio. Cash App as well. Everybody know how Cash App works. You can just send a love offering or a love seed to the show if you want to through my Cash App, and then we have Patreon getting set up. So Patreon will be set up next week, and that would be the video part of the show. And then we'll give you special shows, special episodes, and things like that I'm coming up with right now for our Patreon if you want to become a member. Also, this show, we have a new sponsor. We have a sponsor this week, and it's my good friend Justin. I talked with him about combining and coming together and doing something. He has a faith-based clothing company, man, which I really love. He took a little bit of my ideas that I gave him for this company. It's called Garments of Salvation Clothing, and we do have a promo code. If you want to purchase some dope clothing, Christian clothing that will be good for you and your family, I think he has sizes for adults and kids. Use code Fatherhood for 15% off of Garments of Salvation Clothing, and I put the link in the chat if you want to go and check out some of his clothes. Please do. You will not be disappointed. And hey, Joseph, you hear me?
Yeah, y'all can hear me, fellas?
Yeah, now this is my brother on here, man. Give it up for my guy Joseph. Let's cheer it up for him. He's coming on the show tonight.
What's going on, man? I appreciate y'all boys. I'll say this, man. Mike and the supporting cast, bro. Meech, Anthony, George, man. I definitely love what y'all doing, bro. Y'all are starting a new wave, a new movement, especially with this particular segment. So I had to hit Mike and want to get on. I love what y'all doing. Keep uplifting, keep being consistent. There's a lot of people out there that's trying to start their content creating or their podcast and don't know what to do. So y'all are definitely stars. Y'all keep shining, bro. And let's get it.
Appreciate that, bro. Definitely appreciate that.
Appreciate
you know what, man? We have a great show in store for you guys tonight. But I always have to ask the question. I hear some feedback. Everybody mute their mics if we can tonight. We just gonna do that. Mute your mics while everybody else is talking, so I don't hear that feedback. Thank you. The first question I always ask is this: how's your mental? All right. In the last 7 days, so since last Tuesday, last time we've been on this show, how's your mental been on a scale of 1 to 10? Like I always say on this show, we are our brother's keepers. We like to keep up with our brothers and make sure their mental is right. And we do that by asking, how have you been the last 10 days? Just a simple question is that, how are you feeling? Can make a man's day. So me, I'm doing a lot better than I was last week. Feel like I'm catching my stride a little bit. I'm very, very in tune with this show. I really want to push this show out. I'm doing some things for this show in behind the scenes that are big things. And I think we're going to do big things in the year of 2026 going into 2027 at this second half of this year. So this week, I would say about a 9. I'm feeling really good, feeling really positive. Got some things set up for the show. I know you guys seen our Instagram page, setting up Patreon pages, setting up, joining these different groups that can help us get this show out and support the show. I feel a lot better about this week. And of course, with my family, they're doing good. My wife is doing good. So I can't complain. So I would say this week, I would say definitely about a 9 I'm feeling. So let's start with Meech on this one. How you feeling this week, bro?
I'm at a 10, man. Got back from vacation like I talked about last week. I had a good few days of work, and now I'm on my little dead week, kind of rest and recharge week. Able to sleep in a little bit, get some work done, hang out with the family. So I'm at a 10. I'm doing really good. Like I said, my birthday tomorrow. Excited for this week to see family and hang out with the kids and things like that. So I'm good.
That's good. What about you, Joseph?
Well, because I felt like I was 6.
You getting real choppy.
Yeah, you getting real choppy, Derek. It's getting real choppy. Yeah. Let's fix that real quick. Hold on. Just mute your mic. You might have to exit out and come back in. All right. Let's go to Ant real quick. Ant, how you feeling this week, bro?
I'm feeling good too. Much like y'all, I got time to talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bet. All right. So got some good news that had probably like the middle of last week, early last week, that has changed some things and some perspectives for me. That has been very, very beneficial for I guess for my mindset. We'll say that way. So that's been good, relishing in that. So hey, guys, just good, bro. It's just good, man. Then I'm on I've officially started phase 3 of putting my privacy fence up around the house. This is dope to me because for those who are homeowners, people be charging out the wazoo for basic stuff. And I'm not spending $15,000 for a privacy fence. So I'm gonna do it myself. So we on phase 3. We about to get the materials and start up this week. Then then I'm about to replace my gut. I'm feeling, and this is Black Fatherhood. I'm feeling like a real man right now. Like I'm doing it myself. I'm not paying on, like, my dishwasher was broke. It was either get a new dishwasher, figure out, I'm not doing that. Figured out what the replacement was, figured out what was wrong with it. First of all, y'all ever heard of turbidity sensor? I haven't, but I figured out it was broke. Guess what? I had to tear it up, put the wires into a new thing. It's more complicated than what I'm saying, but I did that for $20. I feel good about myself. So that's it. I'll be quiet now.
Hey, I'm
Talk
happy.
your talk, bro.
Hey, listen, a win. You hear me? Take it how you get it. Straight up.
Sorry about that.
I got a testimony real quick.
Go ahead.
Man, remember I told y'all my washer was broke and I was trying to get that fixed before vacation and all that? Man, I don't know, but the grace of God must have touched the control board, because I ordered a new part for $200 and we tried to put that part in, it wasn't working. So we put the original part back in, and man, my washer is just washing and spinning and turning and churning and sensing, and it's washing better than it did when I first got it. So praise the Lord on that. I had to tell my testimony. Good.
Hey, we just said a win. You better take it. You heard me? Heard up.
I'm gonna take all of them. I'm telling you.
God is good. Ain't he good?
He is all the time.
All the time.
Get my money back. I can't wait to send that part back.
Go ahead, George. How you feeling this week, man?
Yo, man, feeling pretty good, man. Mental overall, I say about a 7.5, man. Pretty good week so far. I had to run up to Durant, Oklahoma for some stuff Monday and Tuesday. And so home life pretty decent, man. Can't complain on that. Just ready to get to the weekend. Off on Friday, get the long fourth weekend. So I'm just looking forward to just kind of relaxing, kicking my feet up, smoking a good cigar, and making it do what it do. You know what I mean?
Let's make it do what it do. So is anybody grilling this week?
I mean, for sure. I get out there. I get out there. Yeah.
Man, Unc Smokehouse we might be open this weekend. We might just be open.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about to say it's 4th of July. You know, you got to throw some meat on the grill. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Derek say, Joseph say something. I got to call because Joseph is his name on Instagram.
Yeah. Y'all get me?
Yeah. Now it sounds better.
Much better. Okay.
Yep.
Had to pull out the work headphones, bro. You had to pull out the call center headphones, bro. But
you sound much clearer now. So yeah, how's your mental been the last 7 days?
Being transparent, fully. I'm about, like I said, I'm about 8.5. I'm much better. I've been on this journey. Lately, I've been real, ducked off. We had our private conversations after that, but I've been on this journey where I'm just trying to do better as a man in Christ, bro. So, I feel like some weeks I'm a little bit more hard on myself than normal, right? But it's better than last week, though. So I'm blessed. I'm alive, bro. Family's good. Everybody's healthy. I got a, job still going. The money's still going. I'm healthy. Like I said, my family's healthy. My girl is healthy. So we good.
That's good. Jameson, you hear us, brother?
Yes. Loud and clear, brother.
Loud and clear now. Yes, sir. And you know what? I'm going to let Meech do the introduction of you because this is Meech's brother. So go ahead, Meech. Go ahead and introduce your brother tonight, man.
All right, fellas. This is my brother, man. His mama is my mama. My mama is his mama. We go back to diapers. Real talk, man. I was in his wedding. He was in my wedding. We know just about everything about each other. This is soon to be Deacon Jameson Murray. That's his Sunday, right?
Oh, yeah, that's just coming Sunday, bro. Yeah.
Congratulations on that, brother.
Congratulations on that, man.
Appreciate that.
Congratulations. And Jameson, how we start this show, man, just so you know, is we check on each other. We do a mental check-in just to check on our brothers. So we asking you in the last 7 days, on a scale of 1 to 10, how has your mental been this past week?
Probably about an 8 to a 9, actually. And I say that from a level of intentionality, from excitement to organized and just grinding, man. So I can say between an 8 and a 9, kind of fluctuating in between there. Everything's been going steady through the blessings of God, man. I ain't gonna lie. You stand back and look at everything, man. It's beautiful. Riding down the street with my wife the other day, and just looking at her with a full stomach full of baby. It's just you're reminded of all the goodness of God, man. You ain't got to look far. It's like right up under your nose. So everything is good, brother.
That's good, man. And I love those answers, man. It sounds like you're just grateful.
Nah, for real.
God bless you with. A lot of times we are not grateful for the things we have. We're only looking for the things that we're asking for that we don't have yet. So you always have to be grateful and for what you have right now.
No doubt.
So we're gonna get started in the show, and we got a couple questions for you guys tonight. And like I said before, just answer them as candidly as possible with your heart. No answer is the wrong answer on here. And this is an open space. This is an open platform. We all support each other on this show. But the first question that we have, and I got a couple scenarios tonight, like we did last week. I got a couple scenarios and I got a couple questions. The first one is this, and we'll start with this one. Your son gets another student pregnant while still in high school. as a father, what's your first conversation with him? And this one is something that, you know, a lot of people our age haven't dealt with. We don't have kids that old. I know George has a couple kids that are in high school. But I will say this. A lot of times, as parents, especially as black parents, we like to demean the child for making the mistake that they make and saying it's a mistake. It's not a mistake. All right. It's not a mistake at all. I don't like calling those things a mistake that you got someone pregnant, because the child is not a mistake. One thing that I will say is this: if I had a son that got someone pregnant, I'm gonna tell him your life is gonna be different. That's the first thing I'm starting with. All right. The path that you've chosen is gonna be a little bit harder now. Do I say that you are a failure? Do I say that you are a mistake, or your life is over? Because a lot of times with black parents, we like to make this thing out to where your life is over. You just made a mistake that ruined your life. No, your life is not over. It's a lot of people that have had kids at 15 and 16 that are very successful in this world. You just took a harder path. All right. Because now you have to raise a child. So the first thing I'm starting with is, son, I still love you. You're still my son. We are in this together, but you have to grow up. Now you've made a decision where you are not a child anymore. You have instantly become a man, because you have to take care of a child. And a child can't take care of a child. A man has to take care of a child. All right. A woman has to take care of a child. A girl can't take care of a child. You have to become a man instantly, right at that moment. So that's the one thing that I would definitely tell my son is, I still love you and we're still in this together. Don't think that I don't love you no more. I'm going to berate you for for making this decision that you made. Your son is not a mistake. All right. That child is going to be blessed. He's going to come into this world. He's going to be loved. But a lot of times I know, I've seen it and I've heard it, where the parent makes their child feel like nothing because they made the wrong decision. Not a mistake. They made a bad decision. All right. They didn't make a calculated decision because they don't know what comes with that child. And a child is a lot. It is a lot to deal with when you have a child. And it's a beautiful blessing, but it's a big responsibility. So that's one thing I would definitely say is, son, I still love you. That's the first thing I'm starting with, and we getting through this together. So we're going to start with Jameson on this one. What would you say if your son got a girl pregnant while still in high school?
Mike, I'm probably going to piggyback off of what you said also, is first starting off that, son, I love you, first of all. I remember when we were growing up, my mom would tell us that you're getting stops from us. You're getting stops when you have a child. And it wasn't from a negative connotation, but it was from the point of, your life is going to change from you to that child.
Mhm.
Everything is going to flow to that child. Even all of you is going to flow to that child. And so the biggest thing that I could tell him, because he was the only child will be the only child until August 3rd. And he's been in the world 10 years. So he's gotten all the love, all the support, all of the attention. And so at this point in time, it's going to break him for the better, because he needs not even just his sister coming in on August 3rd, but he needs another level of responsibility. And like you said, I'm riding with you to the wheels fall off. And when they do fall off, I'll be there for you to find you some spare tires or something. But we're gonna get through this thing together. To be transparent, that's the background that my family it comes from. My grandmother had my mom at 14, and she had four other brothers behind her. She had four other brothers behind her. My mom's the oldest. And my dad, same way. My grandmother was younger. She wasn't as young as my mom. So who am I to demean my own son when you have a lineage that dates back to 14 years of age, as your great grandmother had children now? Granted, that was a cultural thing back then. That's a little bit different now. In the same token, we got everybody that came from grandma is a blessing even to this day, including you, son. So in the same token, I can't demean my own son, man. It does my heart really really bad to see other people demean their own children and never pick them up, man. So that's me. I'm loving my child from the jump. And I'm gonna love that grandbaby, but all that spoiling and all of that, the buying and Bryce, I'm sorry, but it's done. It's all going to that baby. You still gonna get, you'll be a byproduct of it all, but we're gonna get through this thing.
All right, that's a good one, Jameson. Hey, George, if Caden or Dylan came home and said, "Dad, I got a girl pregnant," what you doing?
I mean, pretty much like y'all said, we're gonna have a talk, right? I think that's the time to have the man to man 101. It's a little too late for the birds and the bees, obviously, right? You know what I mean? But we'll sit down and understand. Listen, man, you said it, Mike. It ain't no mistake, but it's a challenge. And I will pray that I can get to that conversation before we can get to. I will pray that we can have the birds and the bees before, because anytime you lay down, that's the potentiality of waking up with a child, right? And so when you declare you're ready for that act, this is the responsibility that comes along with it. And at 14, 15, any teenage year you are, you're not prepared for it. I do believe that what me and my wife would do was sit down, especially with Caden, he's 18, so he's technically a man, but he's not prepared for what's to come. And so we would be the support, but he would have to take the lead. And that didn't mean, like you said, Mike, you have to grow up. You have to be prepared for what's coming along. Are you and the woman, the young lady that you lay down with, how is that going to work out? Are you going to be with this young woman? I obviously going to co-parent, right? But how is that going to go along? And so again, even having a kid changes that relationship, because now her focus is on the newborn baby. He might feel left out, like any of us have been when we first had a child at any age we had. Is he prepared for that mental space to kind of overcome and succeed in that thing? And so again, man, it's a hard decision. And like you said, something, a lot of unfortunate black families, they kind of go to the deep end, right? Oh, your life's over. Oh, you made a mistake. Rah, rah, rah. And now we're not celebrating it, because again, it's just the actuality. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's a life that's here. We're gonna love it. We're gonna love into it, and we're gonna raise it together. Now he'll be the one that raising the child. You know what I mean? Do not get it twisted. But we will step in and we will do what we have to do, because first and foremost, that child will need support. You know what I mean? And so we'll support, and we'll have to do it monetarily, obviously, because he had no bread. You know what I mean? But from a spiritual standpoint, a parental standpoint, this is what we are. This is what we do. So again, I would be disappointed, because, like you say, you did make your life a lot more difficult, and it's not impossible to be successful. But boy, that hill got steep, and it got steep quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we'll just be there to help out.
So, George, I got another question for you. So, Caden graduates. He has a child. Do you take care of that child while he goes off to college to still let him follow his dreams and get a degree and things?
Oh no, he's not going off nowhere. You're here, buddy. You're here. And I don't mean it like that, but it goes back to what you said. The thing has now shifted. His plans got to shift, because his baby's here, right? So that dream that you could have had, it's a wrap. Now you got to come with an audible, the backup plan, right? And so, I'm trying to be funny. We're talking about, because Meech and Mike know who we family, they know my boys. We're talking about Caden. If Dylan had a baby, oh hell. Oh God. Please, Lord Jesus. And so we just gonna focus on Caden, because Dylan bringing life into
Just put your name on the birth
what?
certificate.
Y'all gonna see me Sunday through the 5th of Jan. I don't know what to do. God, please protect Dylan, because Lord, don't need no babies. But yeah, so that's what's up, y'all. Next man up.
All right, Anthony. Oh, how you answering this question, man?
That's hilarious. George like, not my baby.
This boy say, did you say you coming to church with a 5th of Jan? Is that what you said?
If Dylan gets somebody knocked, no, y'all don't, boy. Lord, you answer prayers. Please keep that boy
Okay.
protected.
All right. Go ahead, Ed. How you answering this question, man?
Man, you know what? Thanks for asking that, because that's actually, like you said, we, for the most part, I guess our generation, millennials, older millennials, we got younger kids for the most part.
Right.
So I ain't even think. I'm still trying to get my son to put his dirty clothes in the dirty clothes hamper, and you know what I'm saying? when he take his clothes off. So I can't let alone anyway. But what I was thinking, I think I would just ask him. I would ask him a question, and the question would be, okay, what's the plan? And the mindset behind that is to get him to think, for one, of course. It's also kind of like a challenge and just like a real world first taste of, hey, you got to figure this out now. Much to what all of y'all were saying, of course, y'all are my kids. I'm going to support y'all. You and my grandchild, y'all are my kids. So you're going to get my support. I'm not just going to leave you high and dry. And if there's no responsibility, I'm also not just going to rescue you every time either. Now, if you still responsible and stuff just happens, cool, I'm there for you. Like, because that's just life. And I think that's what that's our job as parents for as long as we can do it. But putting the question to them, what's the plan? What's the plan? Because now it's on you. Now you have to, and if you don't have a plan, or maybe you didn't even think you needed a plan. Like I'm asking that question to serve multiple purposes. For one, and then after that, like there's a little bit in me that wants to be like, okay, now we also got to talk about, son, just what's up with your discipline, son? Because we've talked about this. By that time, we talked about this. I have told you and shared with you, and given you all of the goods about sex and all of the unfavorable consequences in your youth about sex. So why'd you still do that? What are we doing? Because now you got a kid. You can't make brash decisions like that. And if you do, you are putting other people in harm's way, i.e. your children. And if you get married to your baby mama, i.e. your wife, or whatever that looks like. So I think those are the two questions that I would have to kick off a conversation. Hopefully a conversation that's insightful and good for them, in the long run.
That's good.
That was a great question.
What about you on this one, Joseph?
First of all y'all responses so far is y'all hitting right on the nail, bro. Like, I'm just pretty much piggybacking. I will say this, Mike, and my situation. So it kind of resonates a little bit more with me too, because my older sister, she had my nephew when she was 15, right? So I took him on in, his father was in his life. So I took on that responsibility as a male figure, right? As a father figure at an early age. Still, when I was in high school, I was 15 years old, right? But I think the first thing, y'all doing well is with the same thing I would do is you got to lead the whole conversation with love and prayer in the beginning, right? So one of the things that I've been working on, what I would do is just, before I even come to him, ask God how I can present it to him without being angry or upset in a way, because I'm human at the end of the day, right? So, you're going to be you're going to be disappointed, bro. Your baby having a baby, right? But I think more so, just kind of like what Anthony was saying, what is the next step, right? And at that point in time, let's just say how old he is, they're a teenager. I've already had that conversation, right? So my soon-to-be stepson, the lady I'm with right now, I took him in, right? And so I've already started having those conversations with him. He's 11. I've already had those type of conversations with him. But I think it's important that we do realize and let them know early on having a plan, but at the same time knowing that it's gonna be tough. I'm not, the road is not gonna be easy. It's gonna be tough. A lot of us, even as men, we still be trying to figure out stuff, how to accomplish stuff at our own age, right? So I couldn't even fathom or imagine at that time frame. So just letting them know kind of like the expectations, right? But also too letting them know that even at that early age, man, give it to God. If you have as many questions you have, there's gonna be times they're gonna be crying about it. There's gonna be times where they might feel like it's a regret. There's gonna be times when they just don't feel like taking care of their child or having that responsibility because they're a kid at the end of the day too. So like I said, the plan, making sure God comes first, but also too, I'll just say, bro, the importance of, you can know you made you can know that you did something that you didn't have to do, but the importance of giving yourself grace after that and not beating yourself up. So I think that's kind of how I would roll with it.
And they're so good because we got to understand that it's a child that's being brought into the world. And the biggest thing is that child didn't choose to be here. All right. And a lot of children that get born in those situations, they feel like they were a mistake or they weren't wanted. And a lot of times I've seen a lot of parents put things on the child like, I didn't even want you. You ruined my life. You messed my life up. I cannot even explain to you what that makes a child feel like when you say things like that because of a decision that you made. And a lot of times we do those things out of anger, and it starts with the cycle. It starts with the kid having a child, the parent getting mad at the child, not supporting the child. So now the child feels helpless. They feel like they've been left all alone on this raft by themselves. They take it out on their children. Now their children feel like they were a mistake and they feel like they're worthless. Is that type of cycle that's what I'm talking about. That's why I bring up questions like this, because I'm telling you, these things happen all the time, especially in our Black community. It happens a lot. All right. A lot of our parents had us young. I know my mom had me at 19. I know my grandmother had my mom at 15, kind of like Jameson. It runs in Black households a lot. That's something that we talk about and we deal with a lot in our households. But how do you handle it after it
Yeah,
happens
man,
is the
you
biggest thing.
guys,
All right.
you said it
So what
all.
about you on this one, Meech? Go
Just the
ahead and
biggest thing, just
wrap us up on
starting
this one.
off with a hug. Some you want to cry, you want to be upset, you want to let it all out, because I know what that felt like telling my parents and they weren't even my in-laws yet, but my in-laws now. We had them all in one setting, and we told them that was like nerve-wracking for us. You know what I mean? And so now, once you got that out, the emotions out, all right, son, we got to have a manly conversation now. Okay, like Ant said, tell me your plan. Okay, why you telling me your plan? I take notes or whatever the case may be. Then I'm going to tell him what it's like to be a man, to be a father, to be a supporter, to be caring, to be emotionally available, to provide and things like that. How do you plan on doing that? You know what I mean? And it's not me reprimanding him. Like, what's done is done. We can't go back. It's done, right? I'm going to love you. I'm going to love this child. I'm going to love the mother of this child. But I'm going to show him the other side of, when you make this decision, here's the after effect of it. So how do you plan on dealing with these scenarios? Do you plan on marrying the young lady? What if y'all gonna co-parent, like George said, right? What if she don't want you in the life of the child? What if you got to do child support? What if she move away with the child? These are all real scenarios, right? Your plan of doing this. What's plan B? Because like I tell my students all the time, plan A and B don't work. You better have C, D, E, F, G. They don't work. If they always work, we'll all be millionaires, right? And we're still striving to bring as much money and happiness in our home as possible, right? So you have to have a plan for every action that you make. And I'll leave it at that, because all y'all said some amazing answers.
Well, that's good, man. I thank y'all for giving y'all answers. Hopefully that blessed somebody tonight, because I know a lot of people go through those things. Those are real life scenarios that happen every single day. And maybe somebody can take something from this and they'll use that if this scenario comes up in their lives. So the next question is this, and I'll answer first to give you guys a little bit more time because you guys are going to have to probably think on this question a little bit. What's something men hear women say that hurts more than women realize? All right. This one right here, you got to be a little bit vulnerable. And, I have no problem being vulnerable. Me and my wife, when we first start having children, I tell you, turn my life upside down. All right. There was a lot of things that I was doing that I was very selfish in my ways. We all know that as men, we can be a little bit more selfish than the women can in a lot of different areas. But something my wife told me that really hurt me, I think it was when Kari was a baby, is when she was like, I feel like I'm doing everything on my own. And that crushed me. All right. Because nobody gives you a playbook. Yes, I grew up with a father. My father raised me to be a great man. I had the best dad in the world. But it's some things that you just got to go through on your own. Even your father can't help you with it. All right. Only the father, the one and only father, can help you through these things. And I'm telling you now, when she said those words, it crushed me. It almost put me down on my knees where I wanted to cry because I want to be the greatest dad ever, but I just didn't know how to. I just didn't know how to provide for my wife, support my wife. I didn't know how to be a good parent. What do I need to do? What does she need from me? I'm trying to figure these things out. I'm working a lot. My hours are horrible at my job. I don't really get to see my daughter like that. My wife is going through it. I know she's going through what's it called after they have the
Postpartum.
child? All the stuff after they have the child. I'm forgetting the name of it.
Postpartum.
Postpartum.
Post something.
She has postpartum symptoms, and I'm telling you now. I told her, I said, Kania, you crushed my soul with that one. You know what I'm saying? Saying that you're doing things on your own, because as a husband, I'm here to be, the man and the leader of the house, and you saying you doing everything on your own. So that's something, when women say that to men, those words, if you're a man that really want to take care of your household, you want to be the greatest husband and be the greatest father ever, that will make you feel like you are literally nothing, man. It's like, what am I here for? You know what I'm saying? And we had those conversations, and it took time. It took time for us to have those conversations. All right. Those are tough conversations to have with your wife. Being very vulnerable and telling her how you feel about certain things. Those are tough conversations because you might not get the answer that you want back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we have conversations and you're afraid to get answers that might even crush you a little bit more. But those will get you to the good part of your relationship, where you have to go through those hard times to get to the good times. You got to go through the hard situations and work your way through them to get to the good stuff. All right. So that's something that I would say kind of crushed me, that, my wife told me, and we're in a much better space now. All right. Now we're coming up on year 10 of our marriage. Our kids are older. We're in a different season of our life. I thank God for it. You know what I'm saying? Because now me and my wife, we are more of a team than ever. So, yes, I'm very, very happy with where our relationship has gone so far. Meech, what about you on this one? What's
I
one
think
thing
it's the
that a woman
phrases "you
can
always"
say that
or
kinda
"you
really
never."
hurt a man?
I think that bothers me the most because I try to be big on grace. I'm not saying that she the only person that says that, because I hate when I even say it. That always and never just feels like what you doing is not good enough, or you always trying to find a different way to find a solution. Or think about like a boat. If there's multiple holes in the boat, you patch one up, then the other one pops, right? And so I think just having that grace aspect of that, you and I are both trying to give our best, although our best may not be the best. What are ways that you and I can communicate effectively so that we can be better partners? Like Mike just said, he and his wife is in a great space and is a great team. So as a teammate, I think that phrase just really kind of like throws me off, because you may work horrible hours or doing all that you can or that you think you can, right? But you may be missing the mark on being emotionally available or being present in the home and things like that. So I think that grace aspect of when you tell your partner that you never or you always doing X, Y, and Z, and you try to intentionally not do that, kind of bothers me the most.
That's good. What about you on this one, Joseph? And let's see if we can keep our answers a little bit shorter because we got one more question to get through. I'm gonna try to get you out of here in an hour, so we got about 25 more minutes left on here. So go ahead, Joseph.
And you said, what's the phrase or something
Yeah, what's
that
one
she
thing that a woman says that hurts men more than they know?
Oh, I'm a kind of go off of my own situation, so I might switch it up on y'all fellas. I think for me, like I said, since I've been doing um the whole stepdad factor, I look at him like he's my own, right? I don't look at him like stepson, yeah, we on the verge of being married, but um I think what really hurts me as a man, bro, is and it's not nothing else she'll say in a way to hurt my feelings, but the phrase he still needs his father. Because that's
Yeah,
completely replaced and grinding up from sun to sundown, dealing with spiritual warfare. I'm trying to do my own business. I'm working a 9 to 5. Then I'm trying to take care of the household. Then I'm trying to take care of your son, which I look at as my son too as well. And until we had those talks and everything like that, over the time, it would hurt. It would hurt my pride. It felt like I wasn't doing enough. It felt like if it almost felt like I wasn't existing, right? But what she really meant by that was I still can't never replace his father, right? On a sense, and I don't never want to, right? But I think it's just one of those things, bro, where when you're in that situation, especially you stepping up, you just feel like you just took over that title, right? You doing everything that you can do. So, um, yeah, I think that's one of those things that it kind of hurt a little bit. It stings a little bit, but we good now after talks and stuff like that. But even just hearing them phrases, it would trigger me,
yeah,
especially when you grinding so hard to 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 be the man of God or to run the house like God wants you to do, right? So yeah, but it's all good. But I think that's one of those things, and that's for the fellas that stepped up on lives for kids. That's not for them, right? Biologically. There you go.
so let's go to Jameson on this one. What you feeling on this one, James?
Say it again, bro.
Jameson.
Hey, I'm gonna throw a simple one in there, and I don't know where you get these doggone questions from, Mike, but they really thought provoking, bro. Like you got to sit here and ponder on these jokers. Um, I think one that really will get to a guy is dang, it ain't I got it. It's don't worry about it. And I think that's one that is triggering because like as what y'all have already alluded to is try to be the best that you can at all that you can in every facet of life. Um, and it may be just a minute situation, maybe it's real small, uh, but it could be triggering to don't worry about it. Like, okay, now I'm gonna worry about it. It's like it ain't that simple not to worry about it no more. Like at first I felt okay not worried about it, but now I'm triggered to worry about it. But typically, if you look at both interactions, the woman may say that, and literally me, don't worry about it. It's okay, but it's just the tone in which it's said that I think that men are like, all right, man, bro, whatever. Let me go take care of it. And it's not even with us. It's not even us saying like we don't feel like we don't want to, but that may not be top priority right now in comparison to what we had already on our. Because I mean, we routine guys. We pretty much do the same stuff on a daily basis. If we don't mess up that routine, we're pretty genuinely unhappy people. But it's like when you put something that's above that part or your priority list that you had initially, then you get that, you get that don't worry about it. He's like, dang, bro. So that's a simple one. Just don't worry about it.
Jameson, you know what? I think all of us agree. We can't stand. Don't worry about it. Okay. We know what they're saying with that. All right.
Yeah, man.
Go get some gas in her car. I ain't got it yet.
And
Don't
then
worry about it. You already know the attitude's coming for the
and
next 3
then
days.
and then
Mhm.
when you
Mhm.
actually don't worry about it,
After that, don't worry
they
about
mad.
it. That
That
attitude's
makes it
about to
even
come.
worse.
All right.
You told me don't worry about it.
All right. Right. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
better worry about it.
But
Right.
See, it'd be different if it was
that
don't worry about
that
it.
don't worry about it and they put their head down. You
Yeah.
want to be worried,
No,
brother.
it's just don't worry
worry
about it. It's okay.
You better be worried, brother.
Big
You better
facts.
be worried. You better be worried. All right, George, what you got on this one, man?
You know what? I'm kind of in the vein of Jameson, man, and I think there's anything that can trigger any man in a relationship, but I think it's tone, right? I think tone says so much because now it's a mind bomb, right? Like, why she say it like that? Who she think she's talking to? What's going on? I ain't the child, or da 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 da. And so, for the most part, it'll always be tone. And I will say this for me and Tiffany. Tiffany has never said anything hurtful where I had to step back. But we've had interactions like any other couple, right? You know what I mean? Being young and figuring it out and just kind of walking through the space of marriage, right? So I can't recall the actual word, but it's more of a tone like, man. And for me, my temperament is, watch who you talking to, right? You can't talk to me any type of way. I tell people, only two people on this planet talk to me correctly. They name on my birth certificate, right? So if I feel any voice inflection, tone, it be certain texts I read and post that, hey, you sounded kind of reckless. I don't want to go to this dark place. You know what I mean? And so tone is a really, really big thing for me. But again, I think for any man, it also kind of just goes back to where he's come from, his vulnerabilities, his emotional availability, what he's overcame, and what he does not get pulled into by the quote unquote the dark side, right? You know what I mean? And so you have to be aware of what your triggers are. Any man who's listening, who's newly married, 100 years married, I think the best thing you can do is, hey, understand you yourself, lay down not the law, but lay down a firm line of, hey, you won't speak to me this way. I won't speak to you this way. And you kind of build from that thing. And over the years, it kind of fizzles out to where there's not even intention to speak that way. You know what I mean? While you married, you're going to have interactions. Some days are going to be better than others. Some days are going to be bad. But overall, you're going to have more good days. So I think it's how you communicate that thing. And again, I don't have a personal word or phrase, but for me, it's tone. Just watch your tone. And that goes for me too. I gotta watch my tone. I'm not her daddy. You know what I mean? She has a father. You know what I mean? And so again, I have to watch my tone. If I want her to watch hers, I gotta watch mine. And so again, tone is a big, big thing that you got to be aware of.
Yep. What about you on this one, Ant?
Yeah, so man, I've always been this is good stuff too, by the way. But I've always been a guy who I felt like I've always had like really low inhibitions. Like I don't care like what anybody got to say about. I don't care. Like I really don't care about what you think about me, whatever. I've been weird my whole life. But Essence's opinion matters to me very much so. Like she's the only person who, if I feel like I disappointed her in any kind of way, I'm like, all right, I gotta fix it. I gotta fix it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta figure this out. And for me, there was a time where there could be any critique on what I'm doing around the house or not doing around the house or how I'm doing something, particularly if it was explained in a way that made her life more difficult. Yeah, it messes me up. Now I don't go cry in a corner, but what switches on is this Superman. Been through a lot of couples counseling about this. This Superman complex clicks on in my head to where I just do everything. Like I just go overboard. And it's one of the things where I learned it's about a lot of stuff in life. Really, you got to watch out for the overcorrection. Like it's good to correct yourself, but you got to watch out for the overcorrection because that's also just as bad as whatever was that you was doing before. So those types of critique or whatever it used to really get me. Now I know it's just cool. You know, it's cool. It's whatever. We fix it. We work on it. We whatever address it, and that's it. But boy, yeah.
Man.
Before, yeah.
Well, thank y'all for those answers. I know y'all have to think on those ones. All right, but that was great answers, man. I really enjoyed those. I got one more question for you guys. We're gonna get you out of here. All right. Um, this is another scenario. Your wife disciplines the kids differently than you would. Do you step in or discuss it privately? This actually happened in my household. One thing I always try to tell my wife, all right, no matter what, when it comes to disciplining children, I'm gonna have your back 1,000%. I know she sees that all the time. If she say go clean that room, I'm right behind her. Your mama told you to clean that room. It just happened today. My daughter, she over there, Daddy, you getting on the podcast? Her mama told her go get the shoes on. Hey, go get them shoes on. I'm not answering your question. What your mama say? All right. At the end of the day, if I have a disagreement with how Kania is chastising or disciplining the kids, we go behind closed doors. You never want to do it in front of the children. Once your children know they can break mommy and daddy up, oh, them kids are smarter than what you think. They're going to do it every single time. They know that, oh, I can get to mama if I do this with daddy. Or if daddy say no, I can go to mama and she going to say yes. Nah, you got to be a united front with children. All right. I've always said that when it comes to disciplining our children, Kania knows we have to be a united front every time. Whatever you say, I agree with. Whatever I say, you have to agree with. If you have a problem with what I'm saying to the children, do not do it in front of the kids. That's my biggest thing. Don't do it in front of the kids. Don't try to show me up or try to chastise me in front of the children. What you do in that situation is afterwards, you can have a talk with me afterwards and say, hey, I don't know if you did that right, or you could have led with something different than how you did it, or you were a little harsh when you said this. I can respect that. But what I can't respect is you doing it in front of my children. I do not like those things. I think those things should be held behind closed doors between both parents. So we'll start with George on this one. How do you feel on this one?
You know what? Me and Tiffany on United Front. Tiffany does not do anything that I don't approve of with the children. For the simple fact, like you said, we're one, right? And so, in all honesty, I wish she'd rough them up more. You know what I mean? Stir it up, real talk. But she's such a nurturer to where that's her character. But now I pray they don't take her kindness for a weakness, because if she goes there, she's going to go there. And sometimes they're like, cool, it ain't me going off the deep end. You know what I mean? But we are united friends. So again, we got an 18, soon to be 15, 11-year-old, and pretty much everything's falling in line and order. You will have those moments in time where they have brain farts and just be children. That's fine. But for the most part, of a straight, back in the day, whipping and stuff like that, those days are out. Now it's stern talking tos and corrective actions and course corrections and things like that. So we don't be here no more. So again, Tiffany, she has my support in all that she does. Again, I wish she would a little harder, especially on the boys. You know what I mean? And sometimes on the girl, but like I say, there's no issue with that. And I think for any couple who's in a space, like Mike said, you should never usurp the other spouse's authority, right? Again, if you do have an issue, bring it behind closed doors. Hey, I'd appreciate when X, Y, and Z, blase, blase, blase. And it kind of goes back to what we said last time. Anybody who's listening, communication is the key, right? A small course of communication can fix a huge, big misunderstanding, right? Just have the talk, right? And so again, we're good, and I pray that anybody who's in that situation, you have that conversation so it don't become repetitive.
Thanks, bro. I know, bro, watching tonight. We praying for you, Kev. He said, always private. We stand as a united front. Yes, yes. All right. What about you on this one, Ant?
Yeah, it's been a couple situations to where we didn't have to, both of us have kind of crossed that boundary while some discipline was taking place. Um And it's so funny too, because when we were in the process of like planning to have kids, start having kids and stuff like that, that's one thing that we both understood, that we're not doing that. Excuse me. But I guess the power of having your kid and the love for your child kind of takes over sometimes. But it's not something that we what's the word I'm looking for? Something that we champion or like advertise or anything like that. But when those instances did happen, we did just pull each other to the side afterwards, like, hey, like that's not cool. You can't do that for all the reasons that you all have already said. It's a divided covenant in a sense, as far as a kid is concerned. And give them an inch, they'll take a mile. I'm sure, like all y'all kids have experience with your children. They're smart, and they will take whatever they possibly can and pull stuff up and bring it up on you. Like, what? Like, did you? How you? When did you even? How?
Yep.
Who taught you how to manipulate? Wait, like what? Like what is that? So yeah. Just keep it together. Uh, there was some folks we was working with some years ago. They called it keeping it together, and I always thought that was cool. So yeah.
All right, Joseph, I would love to hear what you got to say on this, especially looking at it from a different standpoint of being a stepfather, stepping in. How do you look at this one? Have you had any situations like this?
We ignorant. We gonna, but nah, bro. Yeah, just like Anthony said, we didn't had our runners, especially kind of early on, in our relationship. Just because it's a different dynamic when it's not yours, right? Biologically, right? But I think the biggest thing that we learned, and George hit it right on the head, Mike, you hit it right on the head, bro. The private, it just works better. It works better that that child, it shows them a sense of union, and it shows that you can't play with the mama or you can't play with the dad, right? And to me, from past experiences, it makes it worse because you'll be sitting there. Like, let's say, for example, if I try to go ahead and tell her about something or whatever the case may be, we end up getting an argument, and I'm trying to figure out how it ended up back on me. So it's just one of those things, bro. Down the line, you start to get wisdom over time. You start to get wisdom, and I definitely say I would advise anybody. Look, I stand behind you. Stand behind your wife. You stand behind your husband. Hey, babe, look, I think you was a little bit blah blah blah. Or hey, babe, she might tell me, hey, you was a little bit harsher on him. Can you blah blah blah? You know what I'm saying? So, but we ain't perfect, bro. Trust me. We didn't have the run-ins in the beginning, bro. I'll tell you that.
Hey, that's real.
Yeah.
We all had run into this situation
For sure. In private,
Everybody's
I
raised
think
differently.
the only
What
time
about you
we'll
on this
step
one,
in
Meech?
is if we I use my coach slang. If you MF a kid, like if you like cursing this kid out type of deal, like certain words is a no go because we don't want that stigma of my parents talk to me in this kind of way. You know what I mean? I can be stern with you, but we're not gonna call you out of your name and things like that. And if the punishment is too aggressive, that's more so her talking to me. I'm trying to train your sister up because I don't know why she act like your parents wasn't rough on y'all or whatever. But just that tightening up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's like a little signal thing that we do, like a tap or, hey, you know what I'm saying, like a look, like toning down a little bit. But we so childish, we're gonna laugh about it later on about your face expressions and how you handle that and stuff like that. So that's us. Yeah, yeah. I don't know who she thinks she is now as a parent, but her horror stories about child is kind of funny. Depending how she is now, it's funny.
Yeah, yeah. We had a we had a time back then when we was kids. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, Jameson, go ahead and close us out on this one. Have you ever dealt with those situations where you had to talk with your woman about, raising your children a different way or chastising them a different way?
Very few, man. So I'm with you, Joseph. So I came in my son's life when he was 3, and he mine all the way. Um, um, from that point on, like literally probably the third or fourth week that I met him, yeah, me and him had a good understanding by the end of that weekend, and from then on, I can't turn from him, right? Um, but we have had a um, conversation in private, but that conversation wasn't even on the sense of, hey, you're too hard on him, or because we both, Bryce is, he get it from both of us. We both hard on him. Both his mother was definitely hard on him as far as education wise. Like she was not militant but very advanced. Got him to be very advanced even before I came along. So when I got here, I remember he was 6. He was 6 or 7. He's like, Mom was much nicer before you came, and it was like that because she allowed him to get away with things just by being a nurturer, being a mother. And so when it was like, I'm a black and white guy. It ain't no gray area. It's either it is or it ain't. And so she had that gray area. So when I came along, it's like whatever, like what you said, Mike. Whatever she said, that's what you need to be kicking up dust doing. And so even now, man, it's more. We have a great teamwork with him. It's even to the point where if he go ask her something, she like go ask your daddy. If he come ask me something, I'm like, I'm cool with it. Go ask your mama. And it's not the fact that hey, uh, it ain't no man in this house or it's a lack thereof. It's the fact that we're on one accord, right? I don't want him to look at me and say, oh, he gonna give me the easier answer because I'm more of a lesson teacher, and she'll pop off. She don't mind. If it ain't right, she gonna pop off at you. And he's like, I don't really want to talk to mom about this. I want to talk to you about it. Nope, go talk to your mama. And if she say whatever she say, cool. And vice versa. When he know that he's gonna get a no from me, or if he gonna get an answer that he don't want, she gonna be like, "Yep, go talk to your daddy." And so that's generally how it goes here, man. Yes, we've had that, but it's always been in private. It hasn't even been a blow up. It's just been I do we think that that's the most effective way? If that's not the most effective way, if this comes up again, we need to change our approach. That wasn't the most effective way. We need to go back in there and say, and we have gone back because I think parents also, even when we was raised, um, you don't hear many parents talk about apologies or talking about, hey, we did this wrong, or hey, we may have said this the wrong way or led you in the wrong way in this fashion. So we have gone in there together and have said our apologies. Hey, son, this is not what we meant by this, or because we're not perfect, man. We're not perfect. But we've come together ourselves, had our private talks, and then like, hey, yo, we need to go in there and talk to them and maybe clear some things up and give some more leadership and guidance, versus emotion, right? So I'm a lesson teacher. She's the emotional parent. So he gonna get the lessons and all them lectures and stuff. Yeah, that's me. And he gonna sit there and shake his head like he don't want to hear it, but he gotta hear it. He gonna get the attitude from her. I'm gonna have attitude, but it take a whole lot to get me going. So yeah, always private, never in front of them. And if you do that parent to parent thing, that tag team, go ask them, it'll stop all that manipulation real quick.
That's good, man. I think that's how we're gonna close this show tonight, man. That was that was the best way to close it. Here's the thing, man. Joseph Jameson, I really respect y'all, man, for what y'all have done to step up and take that role as a father for someone that has not, you didn't actually, genetically have. That's one of the greatest things ever, man. All right. That's a man right there. Stepping up and taking over for someone else and filling that role is something that is beautiful, man. So I appreciate you guys for being candid about that and talking about those things. Because like I said, man, you overcome by your testimony, bro. I'm telling you, you guys are giving a testimony right now that is really helping somebody. All right. You really helping somebody. And I appreciate you guys for being so candid tonight and coming on this show tonight. George and Meech, y'all already know what it is. Another great show. Thank everybody out there for watching tonight. I hope you were blessed by this show tonight. I know I truly was. I'm always blessed by every episode, but this one for sure because we got a different aspect. I love that we got a different aspect and got to see a different side of things. And I love that we got men on here that come from all different type of situations and backgrounds. So I'm definitely appreciative of you guys tonight. If you guys could, like I said before, support the show. I put it up again. I put it up just tonight one more time. If you could support us through Buzzsprout, you can get all our episodes. You'll get this episode through audio tonight. It will be up tonight. And if you want to just give to the Cash App at Mike5. You see it down there, and you can give to support this show so we can grow this show. I just said it today. I just joined the Black Christian influencers today. That's something that I think is definitely going to help us out. Shout out to Black Christian influencers. I think that will definitely help us get this content out to more Christian people, even everybody else. But we are a Christian based podcast here because we all believe in the Father. So that's something that I definitely wanted to join. And also, if you wanted to get any Christian based clothing, go to Garments of Salvation with my friend Justin. Use the code Fatherhood for 15% off. I thank you guys tonight. Y'all got anything y'all want to say before y'all leave off here tonight, and then we'll get up out of here. Anybody?
Yeah, Mike, I just want to say how much I appreciate you guys, just for the opportunity to come on here and share with you guys, but also from the perspective that you all are coming at from being Christian based, also being Black fathers, man, from all walks of life. We all just trying, man. I remember on a fast that I was doing. I remember breaking down in tears, man, and only being able to get out that, Lord, we trying. That's literally all we doing, man. Is that we're just trying. We don't know what we're doing. We're just depending on Him to give us an answer. So I just appreciate this outlet for that you created, man, to give Black fathers an opportunity to share, but also learn at the same time, man. So big kudos to you, G.
Thank you. You blessed me tonight. Anybody else?
You know what, Mike? I'm gonna piggyback on Jameson real quick. And I was back there talking to the youth Sunday, and I'm gonna tell this to everybody here and everybody listening: trust God, right? Just truly trust God. And I don't know what that means for you, and I don't know what you might be up against or that obstacle that's trying to oppose you, but trust God. It sounds simple and it can be, and it might be complex if you think you can't, but whatever you can do, like I told the youth Sunday, somehow, some way, trust God. Just trust Him with any situation, your finances, your home, your children, your marriage, whatever situation. Just God, I trust you. Trust God.
God, I trust you. All right, man. Anybody else before we go?
I'll,
Thank y'all again. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I say once again, bro, I appreciate you, bro. I'm like I said, I'm extremely proud of you and your growth, man. Like the consistency. I'm proud of all y'all. I'll tell you this, it's and to some of the listeners and people that's gonna be watching this episode, especially for the fellas, it's so much easy to entertain your flesh in this world, right? Especially as men. It's just so easy. It's so easy to sin, right? But when you can find a brotherhood, a group of men who's on the same journey towards you, and that's not shunning or trying to judge you off of it, man, you lock in with them, bro. Lock in with them, because I'll tell you this, it's a journey, but it makes it easier when you have brothers in Christ that's really locked in with you, and spreading the gospel. So I say this, just like what George said, trust in God, man. Believe it in your heart, and I appreciate your boss.
All right, man. That's how we're gonna end it. Thank y'all for watching. And, yo, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. No.
Oh no, hold on, Anthony, hold on, bro. Look, I didn't shave, brother. I didn't shave, man.
Now that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Yeah, you got the little goatee going there, dog.
You got a little stove.
Little piece of Oh, you so right. That's why I put this hat on. Y'all want to see this? I get the paint job. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I get the paint
Oh,
job.
man.
I need a little enhancements. We all need to be enhanced sometimes.
Big facts.
It ain't
Big
nothing
facts.
wrong with little enhancements. Man, a little bit. Right. Everybody can't be like George and be,
No, y'all won't see the boom roof. It's up there, straight up. I'm six. Hey, listen, I'm 6'3". Y'all gotta look up, Mike. You might see it, but everybody else, since I'm taller, y'all don't know what's up here. Right up, no sirski. Right up.
Yeah, Kev, man, we miss you, bro. I know you'll be back, Kev. Man. We'll pray for Kev, love, man. And that's all love. But hey, anytime y'all want to come back on this show, Jameson,
please do, fellas.
Joseph, awesome, you already know y'all fans, bro. Anytime y'all hit me up, I can get your number, Jameson. Anytime you want to come back, y'all have been awesome tonight. Come back on the show, man. Y'all are more than welcome. We appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all, and like always, love y'all, and see y'all next Tuesday. Peace. Good show, brothers.